Hello, everybody. This is Yoko Anime Reactions, and this is going to be my review for Brothers Conflict episodes 5 and 6. I figured I'd do this 2 episode one now, and then the next 2 videos should have 3 episodes in them. And then I'll be done and just have to do the OVAs. Which is only 2 of them, so, yeah, it works out. Anyway, they end up having a picnic under the cherry blossoms, and I don't know why Tsubaki did this, but he was gonna let Subaru know about the picnic, but he could have just at least texted him. Did Subaru not have a phone? Or did Tsubaki do that on purpose so Subaru would possibly miss out on the picnic? If so, that's mean. Sorry, I have a slight twinge of pain up here. Up in this area. Anyway, thankfully, he sees the sign and starts heading that way, but Emma ends up running into him on her way out to get some more drinks because they ran out. And he offers, to help her. And Natsume is there too. And when they get back, Wataru is messing with the ducks in the pond. And Natsume, for some reason, runs over there, but the duck scares him, so he falls back onto the ground instead of falling forward like I thought he was going to do. And I guess that was what Natsume thought he would do too, because he jumped forward to grab him right as he fell back. So he fell in the pond instead. And it wasn't even the pond wasn't even that deep. It was probably his ankles when he got up. Really? You really think Wataru was going to hurt himself? And even then, he'd probably just bump his head in worst case. I don't think he would get that hurt, to be completely honest. But, yeah, now the court guy is soaked. And has to take a shower back at the house. Later on, she ends up going to Subaru's basketball game, and Natsume ends up going as well. But what I don't get is, why didn't all the other brothers go? Were they busy? Anyway, they end up winning the game. And obviously, Subaru is happy about it, especially since she was there to watch it. And he actually ends up asking her out. Asking her to be his girlfriend. Now, normally, that would be great. However, the whole fact that they are step-siblings now is still kind of up in the air. After he asks her this, Natsume shows back up, and we can tell there's, tension between the two brothers. Not just the fact that Subaru just asked her to be his girlfriend, but the fact that they didn't quite have, I guess, the best relationship before she showed up. Because apparently Natsume was into basketball too, but he gave it up. I'm guessing to run his company. And he Natsume kind of puts her on the spot, asking, so are you going out with him now? And she was very, very confused, and I don't blame her, because to her, everybody there is now family. They're her brothers now. So there shouldn't be any of those kinds of feelings popping up. So essentially, if their parents hadn't gotten together, some of them might not have ever met her, to be completely honest. Because some of them, were obviously in college or whatever, and only a few of them went to her school. Which I think was Yusuke. I'm assuming Iori as well went to her school. And would Futo have started there if she hadn't been in the family? I don't know. But yeah, most of them would have probably never met her. And actually, that brings me to the next episode, where Futo starts at the high school as a freshman. And I'm assuming Yusuke and Emma are now seniors, essentially. So they're in their last year of high school. And Emma ends up running into Futo. And I think he's asleep, like I thought. And he starts talking in his sleep, and the way he's talking makes me think that he's having a naughty dream, and then he mentions her in the dream. So, if she thinks the same thing that I'm thinking, that he's dreaming of having a naughty dream about her, and we find out that he's just freaking playing with her at this point. He's not even sleeping. He was acting. And apparently he got taller. So, yeah, this is just gonna be awkward. And, later on, actually, I realized who Subaru's voice actor is while he was talking to her after the game. That is Todoroki from My Hero Academia. I thought I heard it at first. I was like, wait a minute, that sounds like... And then I paused the video and checked it, and it actually is Todoroki's voice actor. Nice. And I could actually hear All Might's voice in Ukyo as he's talking. I was like, oh yeah, that is All Might. How did I not realize that? I'm surprised I didn't realize that sooner, to be completely honest. Oh well. Ugh. Sorry. Anyway, later, Tsubaki ends up... They actually end up... actually, this episode is more about photos because... they found some old photo frames. They were going to put some, take prints of the pictures and put them in photos around the house. Or put them in frames around the house, sorry. And then they find some old photo albums and they start going through old pictures. And Azusa gives her one of the few pictures that's only him in it and not also Tsubaki, aka his shadow. Because apparently Tsubaki was the one who took the picture. Later on, Azusa goes and gives her a photo album because, she mentioned that she never had one because she had never had any siblings, and her father wasn't around very often, so she didn't have any pictures. And, yeah, essentially he thanks her for what she did because if she hadn't been there, he might have refused that role he had gotten. And I think he kind of is right because... if she hadn't stalled him when she was talking to him about it, Tsubaki might not have gotten there in time and gotten him to agree to take it. So if she hadn't been there, he might have gone on ahead and called in and said he didn't want it before Tsubaki got there. So thanks to her, she did actually help. And he wanted to give her the photo album as a thank you for that. And I'm starting to think that Azus has got a bit of a thing for her now. Oh boy. First Tsubaki, now Azusa, and I've heard that apparently Natsume does too. Why? They're in their 20s. Why? I mean, I know she's almost 18. I know the age of consent in Japan is lower than in America. But still, she's not legally an adult unless they change the age as well for adults in Japan. Then again, I think you can drink at, age 20 in Japan? Anyway, Tsubaki ends up running lines with her without even telling her that he's running lines with her. So she assumes that he's, talking more about his feelings about her, which he's not. But then again, right after that, he does actually try to, not that, obviously, but I guess he does try to show her more that he likes her and he's not giving up on having her. Then Azusa shows up, pulls him off her, and essentially tells her, go. And he tells her to leave too because if she doesn't, he might end up essentially being a hypocrite. So this proves, essentially, that Azusa has a thing for her as well, because Tsubaki does, and he essentially says, I'm just like him. So, oh boy, this episode wasn't near as crazy as I thought it was going to be. It was still crazy at the end, just not the whole episode like I thought it was going to. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time.